Hello, everybody. Welcome to the last session of Unlocking Our Quantum Powers. And today will be all practicum. Today you get to practice coaching each other, working with each other. And before we get to that point in class, I want to do a couple of other things with you, just little minor tweaks, and hopefully it will help you get the power of I am coaching easily and effortlessly. So first, let's start with mind gems. Take your right hand and put it on the right side of your belly button. And if you want, you can close your eyes and take a really deep breath down into your belly. Exhale, relax your belly. Feeling the warmth of your own hand on your belly, feel for relaxing your belly. This mind gem is called touch and hear, as in connecting to your inner hearing, inner guidance, intuition, your gut feeling. And then taking your right hand, put it on the crown of your head, and just feel like if you truly pay attention, you will notice how good it feels. Your hand, your touch is so healing. So right now, take a deep breath into the crown of your head, the top of your brain. And exhale, feel your brain soften and relax. Feel the warmth of your hand on your head and just enjoy it. It feels good. Feel your brain relax, the backs of your eyes relax. You can even imagine the very center, the core of your brain also soften and relax. And now take your left hand and put it on the crown of your head. Inhale and lift up, sit up as though you're pressing the crown of your head against your own hand. And exhale, relax, soften. For the next mind gem, you cone your fingers, cross your arms, and touch the back of your skull. Right where your skull connects to your neck. And just feel how when you do your arms this way, it opens up your chest, your shoulders. You can take a deep breath in and spread open your lungs. Exhale, relax your throat. Lift up your chin a little bit so your throat is open. Move your shoulders down your back. This one clears fear and switches on the brain. And then change the cross of your arms. And like we mentioned last time, that in all of these different modalities, you'll start seeing a lot of similarities. Last time we talked about Donna Eden's daily practices, right? And all of them were this similar kind of cross body movement. So we're doing the same thing and mimicking the strands of the DNA. Okay, the next point is the switch on is when you touch your fingertips together. Clears electrical system, restores balance. Take a deep breath in and big exhale. Trust that this mind gem resets it all. Your physical body, your energetic body, your spiritual body, the entire electromagnetic field around your body. Cross your arms and touch your shoulders. Relax your shoulders down. Balances the negative and positive charges and polarity. Take a big breath in. Exhale, softening your throat, your neck, your shoulders, your upper trapezius muscles. And then change the cross of your arms. Enjoy your breath. And I like to combine different practices. So as I do mind gems, a lot of times I'll take a deep breath down into my Tantien point. In other words, the point below my belly button, waking up that energy that connects my human self to my universal self. Remember, we talked about it last time. Dantian breath. With your arms crossed, move your hands to the back of your neck. Clears anger and being uncentered. Feel your throat, your jaw, the base of your tongue, the back of your throat relax. And change the cross of your arms. Feels good. Arms crossed, fingers coned, touch at the hairline. Restores color hues, used when yelling or feeling rage or violence. And take a big breath into the forehead, the backs of your eyes. Exhale, feel your forehead relax. Relax the sides of your eyes, relax the backs of your eyes. Relax the place between your eyebrows. And change the cross of your arms. You can take a deep breath down into your Dantian, the spot below your belly button. And imagine yourself connecting to the cosmic, to your cosmic selves, the galaxy of galaxies, your universal self. And then simply slide your fingertips towards your mid-forehead, the spot right above your eyebrows. Clears negative emotions, alters thoughts that change emotions. And change the cross of your arms. Arms crossed, fingers coned, touch the either side of your belly button. Clears hate, terror, and rage. This is a perfect time for you to take a deep breath into the lowest part of your belly. Without forcing it, without pushing it down, feel the pleasure of your breath. And exhale, relax your belly, relax the bottom of your pelvis. And change the cross of your arms. The next mind gem is when your arms are crossed, your fingers are coned, and you are touching the crown of your head. Clears remembrance of what has traumatized you. Sit up tall, inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale, feel your lungs contract. Feel your shoulders relax. When you lift up your arms, feel how your chest opens up, your shoulders opens up. And change the cross of your arms. So whenever we feel the effects of the trauma, our shoulders tend to roll forward. We tend to slouch and contract in our chest and our core. So this does the opposite. As you lift up your chest, your chin, take a big breath in and a big breath out. Arms crossed, fingers coned, touch right under the collarbones. Clear shock, anxiety, and destruction of self. In traditional Chinese medicine, this line from the collarbone to the nipple is called the well of sorrow. So any sort of emotions like that, we tend to hold it right here. Change the cross of your arms. And the last mind gem is when you cone your fingers of your active hand, your dominant hand, you put it between your eyebrows, and might I suggest today, you envision working with your partner, coaching your partner, loving your partner, supporting your partner with effortless ease. See the force bigger than you, God, whatever you want to call it, the universe coming in to help you serve another human being. Feel yourself being that grounding force that helps them see things with clarity, with ease. Help them see yourself helping your partner bring whatever needs to be brought into the light. And also internally, you can ask that power, whatever the power that you believe in, to come in and assist you, help you, support you. So that remember that whenever we do this kind of work, being the light worker, it's not you doing the work. You're simply a channel. You're simply a vessel. So right now, as you hold the mind gem of envision yourself being a vehicle, a vessel for that light. Feel it, see it, sense it. And release. There's two more codes, so to speak, that I want to share with you. They're very easy, and I usually do them, before I get on the call, before I teach yoga. So the first one is right here, your solar plexus. You cone your fingers, and clockwise, you just say 2-2. The code is 2-2. And then you follow the words saying, choose to succeed, choose to succeed. 2-2-2-2, choose to succeed, choose to succeed. And then another one, I believe I'd already shared it with you. And it's called, what is it called? I forget what it's called. It doesn't matter what it's called. It kind of does. But remember the one when you take the shin of your left leg, I hope you can see my leg. It's my left outer shin with my right hand coned. The code is 235365. So at the top of your left outer shin, the code is clockwise 235365. Love, forgiveness, choice. 235365. Love, forgiveness, choice. 235365. Love, forgiveness, choice. And ultimately what it does is it clears whatever needs clearing, and it restores your love, forgiveness, and choice, literally. Dang it, now I'm kind of like focused on that. What is it called?
Anyway, can you do the choose to succeed one more time, please?
Yeah, it's in your solar plexus. Clockwise, the code is 2222. Choose to succeed, choose to succeed. Okay.
Does it matter which hand you use for that one?
Right hand.
Okay.
It's called positive points. Here it is. Positive points, emotional release for love, forgiveness, and choice. To change emotions that change thoughts. The code is right hand, fingers coned, clockwise on your outer shin, 235365, love, forgiveness, choice. I'm going to drop the instructions for that on that page where I uploaded all the content for this course, so you don't have to memorize it. The instructions look like this. I'm gonna send it to you. Love, forgiveness, choice. Okay. So here's what I'd like for you to do next. Now, all of you have already experienced a miracle integration. I believe we did a miracle integration on Whitney. And because you all got to experience it and witness it, and because you also were integrating yourself as we were integrating Whitney, we can do what is called a mini integration. So let me find the definition so I can explain it to you the way Dorothy meant it to be explained. Mini integration is J3. Here it is. A mini integration is used for very short, simple goals. It is not meant to be used for complex goal setting integrations. Complex goal setting integrations is a miracle integration. This integration usually takes no more than 1 or 2 minutes. It is not intended for deep life issues, but is to be used for current stress issues. For example, releasing frustrations, centering yourself for something you want or need to do at the moment, or similar current issues are all appropriate. So mini integration literally takes no time, 1 minute. It is like setting an intention. Remember how Roger, I always quote Roger's passage from his book, Love Revolution. Intention plus action equals transformation. All it takes is a minute to set an intention, but once you set an intention, everything in the universe conspires to help you. I believe so. So today, Roger had an interview, a job interview. You know, it is a great time to do a mini integration on him. Or let's say today I was working on my PPP, payroll protection plan, forgiveness loan. You know, it's important, like the government is giving away money, you know, I'm going to take the free money, but it requires a lot of paperwork. I had to put on my CPA hat on, you know, the hat that was dusty and I haven't touched in the last 12 years or so. And a part of me like was having a little bit of a stress, you know, and I didn't want to pay a CPA to do it because I knew I could do it myself. So a part of me was like procrastinating, right? I swear to you guys, for the last 3 months, I've been putting it off. And finally today, I finished it. But before I finished it, I knew like internally I could feel a little bit of glitching, resistance, like a part of me was bored. I didn't want to do something so boring, you know, it's like putting together accounting records. So like I would do a mini integration on myself. Now the kids, I'm giving you examples when you can do it. My kids, even though Karina, who is 12, rolls her eyes and she's like, Mom, and your hippy dippy stuff. Mom, you're so new agey. Yet when Karina has a test at school, she comes to me and she says, Mommy, can you do that weird stuff that you do on me? Because she knows like on some level it works, right? So mini integration. Do we have a volunteer who wants to do a mini integration? Somebody who hasn't experienced any sort of clearing or any sort of integrations that I've done so far? Victoria, let's do you. So have you, on the last call, were you the one who was coaching or were you receiving the coaching?
I missed the last call.
Ah, you missed the last call. Okay. Yeah. So perfect, then we'll integrate you. It's called mini integration. Again, guys, I'm gonna send you the instructions and I'm gonna show you really quickly how the instructions work. It's precisely like step-by-step thing. But Victoria, do I have your permission to do a muscle test on you?
Yes.
Okay, now say yes.
Yes.
And now say no.
No.
Okay. This body requires a mini integration, I'm asking. Well, you know what? I'm going to unpin you so that people can see me when I speak. So my next question is, this body, meaning Victoria's body, requires a mini integration. The answer is yes. There are 2 ways to set a goal for a mini integration: a verbal goal and an action goal. The number one is verbal goal. Make a brief statement concerning a current stress or something you are attempting to accomplish. So, Victoria, identify. So if I might suggest, it can be something like, oh, I missed the last session. I don't know if I'll be able to do the coaching with my partner today, blah, 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 blah. So if you were to create a goal, a verbal goal that addresses that stressor, what would it be?
Around that specifically? To try to learn on the fly, like as quickly as possible, like be as intentional with my intention of what's going on to get as much information as I can before I would coach someone.
Yeah, so are you willing to play with me to illustrate a point, Victoria? Okay, Victoria, right now, try to get up. Try to get up off of your bed. Now you're getting up. You already got up. The instruction was try to get up.
Ah.
Yeah, so sit back down.
Okay. Wait.
Now try to get up. Not, yeah, like that. Now you're kind of like not doing anything. You're just half-ass sitting, half-ass standing. You get my point? Trying to do something is neither here nor there. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I'm just trying to be silly, but I'm trying to be silly. I'm being silly. So I do my best not to say try ever. Because trying means you're not here nor there. Energetically, the word trying is not a very powerful word. So let me give you an example. So I totally put you on the spot. So let me give you an example what a verbal goal can sound like. I lead my partner through the power of I am integration with effortless ease and divine guidance. Something like that. Or I lead my partner through the power of I am integration quickly and easily. Something like that. It's a very simple goal. Remember, It's a very short, simple goal.
Okay.
So what is the goal?
I lead my partner through a mini I am integration with intuition and care.
Yes, with intuition and care. Now, if I may add, sometimes these things take forever, right? So you might as well add quickly. A lot of times, sometimes these integrations can last 3 hours. I mean, who has that kind of time? So whenever I do a mini integration, I ask quickly. I lead my partner with intuition, care, and great speed or something like that. Just my suggestion if you want. Okay. So right now, so that's one. The first step is verbal goal. The second goal is action goal. Victoria, do an action which represents something you want to do or an emotion that needs to be integrated with a mini integration.
Like a physical action?
Yeah. So a verbal, an action goal is necessary when your body is unable, what is it called? Let me read the definition of an action goal, so I'm not making it up. Well, here you go. A physical action that demonstrates a goal the body wants to integrate. So with relation to this verbal goal, what would be an action goal for this particular integration? Something that your body wants to do right now. Yeah, here you go. She just stretched her arms out. Now say, so the muscle test is off, meaning her body requires an integration. Now say, I lead my partner with intuition and care.
I lead my partner with intuition and care.
Yeah, the muscle test is off. That means that she needs an integration. I don't need a muscle test to tell that she's off with the goal just because the way she sounded. Are you with me? Okay, Raylene is like, I don't know what the heck you're doing right now. So I don't need a muscle test to tell you that Victoria right now is off for the goal, meaning I lead my partner with intuition and care is not integrated right now. She doesn't believe she can do it. And because of that, her voice is like, I lead my partner with intuition and care. It doesn't sound like once she's integrated, which would sound differently. It would sound with more confidence, with more strength, with more power. So I don't need a muscle test, but you could do a muscle test. So when you test it, it will be off, meaning this body requires a mini integration. This body is willing to integrate for this goal now. Yes. So the code is very simple, Victoria. All we're doing, and everybody can do that because you're integrating yourself for I lead my partner with intuition and care. The code is, I'm going to stand up so you can see me. So this is the part of your body on the, oh, so let me drop it a little bit. On the left side, right? It's a little bit like, I would say where my ovaries are, my left ovary. But on the other side of it, this is the point where with your cone fingers clockwise, the code is 147, and it looks like this, 147. Do it with me right now. You're integrating, I lead my partner with intuition and care. The code is 147. That's it. And then on the front, so we just did the back first. The front is alignment, which the code is 45. So literally, I'm going to send you instructions right now. 14745. That's it. Did you do it, Victoria? This goal is integrated. The muscle test is on. This means that she's integrated for the goal. Since I did it with her, I'm integrated for the goal. So right now, Victoria, say, so I'm going to do the post test. Victoria, say, I lead my partner with intuition and care.
I lead my partner with intuition and care.
Yes. And now show me the action goal that represents this goal. Yes. And the muscle test is on, meaning she's on for the goal. That's it. This is a mini integration. It takes literally like 1 minute. It took 5 minutes or whatever, 10 minutes right now because I had to explain to you what I'm doing. But let me show you really quickly how I would do it on myself. What would I do? Okay, I will, here's a goal. I'll lead tonight's Unlocking Your Quantum Powers session with divine guidance, wisdom, and ease. Now, you see how the words came out difficult? They came out kind of glitchy. This already tells me I'm completely off for the goal. And the muscle test shows off. I'm off for the goal. I can feel it in my body. So let me see, the action goal would be like I rock. And the muscle test is off because I know I'm off for the goal. So I'll say, this body, meaning my body, is willing to integrate for the goal. Yeah, so I'd stand up and I would do my codes. 14745. The goal is now integrated. I lead the last session of Unlocking My Quantum Powers with divine guidance, grace, wisdom, and ease. You see how more words came out? And the action goal is like in a way I'm embodying it. And the muscle test is on, meaning I integrated myself for the goal. Questions? Go ahead, Annie.
I know that we've been over the muscle. I'm insecure about the muscle testing.
Yeah, the main point about the muscle test when you're doing on your own body. Now, I'll tell you, it would be much easier if we were all in the same room and you can do it on the arm. But since we're not, we have to improvise. So essentially what I'm doing is whenever I'm working with any one of you, I'm using my own body to muscle test you. It's a more advanced skill, but you can totally do it. The most important thing when you do a muscle test on yourself is to take thinking out of it. Another way of saying it is just trusting that it works. Yes is a yes, no is a no, like that. Yes, no. And I encourage you, like in your everyday life, start muscle testing yourself. So it can be something, a muscle test to me is another way of, in a way, like testing my intuition. Do you know what I mean? So like say this morning when I did my PPP forgiveness loan, before I sat down, I felt like resistance. I mean, I did everything I could before I did the PPP forgiveness because I was just like, didn't want to do it. So if I were to do a muscle test, oh, I do the PPP forgiveness loan application with excitement, great speed, and effortless ease. My muscle test was off completely because I know I don't need a muscle test to tell me that because I can feel it. But sometimes we don't know 100%. That's why you can muscle test. The easiest way to explain is like, sometimes you're like, what do I want for dinner tonight? Have you ever been in that situation? At least before COVID. Where should we go for dinner tonight? Have you ever been in that situation? And then you're going to be like, oh, let's go Tex-Mex. No. Oh, let's go to Italian. No. Burgers. No. Have you ever been there? Do you know what I'm talking about? So sometimes I would be in that situation and I can muscle test. I can muscle test myself. Oh, do I want Italian? Do I want Mexican? Do I want barbecue tonight? And you'll be surprised. It's like really cool way to start playing and being comfortable with your muscle test. And this is one of the reasons why we have like this practice session, so that in the safe environment with your friends, with your community, you can just play with that. Raylene, did you have a question?
Yeah, so when you're muscle testing yourself, are you doing it with the fingers?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do it on somebody else, you're actually doing it on the arm.
That's right. Let me get my daughter. Let me get my daughter and see if she'll volunteer. You want me to get my daughter to show you?
Sure.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have to yell. I'm gonna How did it go? Tell us. Okay, Cheryl, do you want to share?
Well, we started basically kind of reviewing what we did last night and catching Annie up because Annie was not with us last night. And then I was just trying to, I told Elaine that I had been trying to think about, my I ams since yesterday. Since Monday. And so I had come up with one that was really strong for me. And so when she asked me how many, I said 1. And she's like, I think it's 2. And Annie goes, I think it's 3.
But when I was learning from you, it's like I was listening to her, and then just hearing the words repeat over and over, and I just heard the same 2 words over and over. So I was like, I don't think it's 1, I think it's 2. For me, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
So then my first one was just, dealing with the fact, and Albina has heard me say this before, and I guess I've been with some of you before. One of the character flaws that I have identified within myself over and over again is that I'm hypersensitive. I'm too sensitive. So that was my overriding first priority word. And then my second one, with some coaching, came up with that I demand too much perfection from myself. Mm-hmm. I guess being overly sensitive, I guess it's kind of a natural progression, but I feel I am I demand perfection for myself, and that spills over, into my environment. And I'm sure because my energy is strong that people can feel that, but that's an expectation. And so that was my second word. And then my third word was, when I get wounded, because I'm hypersensitive, then sometimes rather than forgiving, like what I really want to do is like give and let go, but I become passive aggressive.
Mhm.
Like I'll act like I forgive you, but I'm gonna jab you.
Mhm.
And so then we cleared all that, and then my new words were, I'm no longer sensitive, I am resilient.
Mhm.
And I want to make sure I'm saying this properly. And I'm no longer a perfectionist, I am accepting of myself and others. And I'm no longer passive aggressive, I have softened.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it.
It was really, it was good for me. It was a great exercise for me. And I really appreciated everything that I learned, observing how Eileen was handling me and the input that Annie was giving. Like just on the Zoom screen, I could see her movements and her energy. I felt it, and it was just so good. So thank y'all.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Good job, you guys. Let us give them some jazz hands. Yay. Okay, Cheryl,
Yes,
would you like a 2 millimeter adjustment? Would you like an upgrade?
Avi.
Yeah. So instead of, instead of perfect, how would you like extraordinary? Extraordinary. Would you like that as your new I am?
I love that, Albina.
Instead of perfect, I am extraordinary.
Yes.
Yeah, and accepting is okay. Accepting is okay. To me, accepting has a little bit of that energy. It's like, oh, this is just
Yeah,
oh,
you're right. You're so right.
right? So it's like, oh, this is just the way I am, and this is just the way people are. But to me, like my job is to call the people in my life up to their greatness. And I strive to grow and evolve. It's not to say that I'm perfect. I'm not, and perfection is completely unattainable. But
Right.
I can, I want to be extraordinary.
That's exactly right. And it's so true that when you say that, it does feel so much lighter, because you know what? I want to be the best version of myself. And because, and I would never ask anyone to do something that I wasn't doing
Yeah.
or willing to do. So if I'm up leveling, I want to be an example that that's possible.
Yes.
I love extraordinary, Albina. I love that so much. I'm
Yeah.
changing that right now.
You can just simply add. You don't even have to change it. Remember that it's that 2 millimeter adjustment from excellent to outstanding, right?
Yes.
And the words create our worlds. And then another thing that I'd like to offer for you. So when you said passive aggressive, what came to me is whenever we're being passive aggressive, we haven't truly forgiven.
Yeah.
Like we haven't truly forgiven.
It's
And
true.
perhaps there is some space for you to explore, as in, to me, like the 2 millimeter adjustment was that forgiveness is not something that I do, but rather a gift that I get to receive. And you see how for you it goes, it's like two sides of the same coin, right? Because you strive for perfection, the old version of you was striving for perfection, you know, the flip side of that is that it can be challenging to receive, right? Because your natural tendency is to do it all yourself because you are up leveling and you do want to be the best version of yourself. And yet forgiveness is not something that you do, but rather a gift that you get to receive, which is a completely different energy.
Yeah. Well, and you know what made me really like identify with that is that the most recent example that I've had of being really wounded by someone that I felt we were friends, and you know, because I am who I am, like because I am excellent at the things that I do, because I want to reflect that. I don't want to put my name on something that's subpar or that's messy or ugly. I want it to be the best. She came hard for me. Like she lost her shit with me, literally, and started trying to slay me, like with her words. And because I wasn't responding to her, she went even harder at me because I was just standing there like looking at her, shaking my head, like biting my tongue, because if I had unleashed, she would have been on the floor.
Yeah.
So I was just like looking at her like, okay, okay. And she was just going for me. And I have done the Ho'oponopono. I have prayed. I have done everything every day. But every time I see her now, it's like, I feel like I want to jab.
Yeah.
I just feel like I want to say something really on the sly.
Yeah.
And just get at her. Even though I pray that I'm not that person. But I'm still being that person. Why?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I can definitely relate. And I'm a freaking Scorpio. If you know anything about Scorpios, you know.
Yeah, and I'm Aquarius. I'm supposed to be like in the clouds.
I may forgive, but I did not forget. I'm kidding. This is the unevolved Scorpio in me.
Yeah.
So it helps for me. It helps to view forgiveness as a gift that I get to receive. And another leverage for me is that I know that if I'm not fully forgiving, it's a block to my abundance. It's a block to my manifesting powers. And that's why I'm like, it's not even about this person who hurt my feelings. Ultimately, it's about me because I want to, you know, I want to create the life that I yearn to create. And if this one person is standing on the way, I prefer to do whatever is possible for me to let go and forgive.
I know this intellectually. I know this. However, sometimes y'all need to pray for me. Seriously.
Well,
No, I'm gonna do better. I promise everybody here I'm gonna do better.
That's all we can strive for, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. I love it.
Good.
I love it.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Good job. Does anybody else want to share, or do you have any questions? How did you feel, Annie? How did you feel with the muscle test?
Well, I was quite happy to tell Ellen to do it. I suggested, why don't you do the muscle test on her words? But I'm still very unsure about it, Albina. Because I feel like, well, if I really hold my finger tight, then yeah, I can create
Resistance.
Yes, I can create the resistance. Or I don't create the resistance, it's really easy. And I almost want to zoom you in and like, what's she doing there with her fingers? I know I'm overthinking it. I don't know what to tell you. I know I should trust.
You know what? The word that pops up in my head, Annie, is surrender.
Trust.
Ultimately, you know, like Lao Tzu said, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. You know, a muscle test can be a little experiment in surrender for you, Annie. And that little experiment can kind of ripple into other areas of your life as well. Right? So it's a surrender. It's like, oh, okay, it's not me who's doing the muscle test. I mean, it is me, but it's ultimately not me. So maybe the same can be applied in the way you run your yoga studio. It is me, but ultimately it's not me. Right?
So now you got me thinking, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that, Albina?
We'll start with the muscle test. Play with it. It's really fascinating. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you for sharing. I'd love to hear from Ray Lynn, the scientist in the room. How did it go for you, Ray Lynn?
Good. It was, so I was working with Cindy
Mm-hmm.
because she joined us late last time, and but she was rushed because she had a tennis tournament.
Ah, okay.
So Kitson was helping sort of me because she has more experience with this. So she was kind of like helping me lead Cindy. I did practice with the muscle test and I'm feeling much more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really good. I think I had a breakthrough with the muscle test.
I love that. That's so awesome.
Kitson and I had a conversation after Cindy had to leave, basically like that both of us, we felt like just today, like out of all the, you know, both the manifestation classes, just today, we both kind of get it.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of come together. That was a really good feeling. With the session that I had with Cindy, I don't know, I'm having a little bit of a hard time following the instruction guide.
Mm-hmm.
So I was forgetting some things, but luckily Kitson wasn't, so we were able to like kind of figure it all out together. But because Cindy was rushed and we knew that she had to leave, I felt like she didn't really get the experience that she deserved, you know, because I was trying to figure out my crap, and you could tell she was antsy because she had to leave, but you could tell she really wanted to do it at the same time. And so it was a little bit clustered because of that. Like and Kitson and I reflected on it afterwards, and we just realized, like, before you do something like this, you have to have enough time.
Yeah.
You have to have the focus. You have to have the right setting. You can't be thinking about, oh, I got a tennis tournament in an hour that I have to get to.
That's right.
So we reflected a lot on like Kitson talked about prompts, you know, like you're prompting the person, like we need this much time. We need to have this kind of setting to just sort of set it up in a way that it's going to be successful. But this was just practice. So it's not like, you know, we were worried about it. I needed to practice so it was perfect, but don't do it when you're rushed.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for naming that. You are absolutely correct. So this is why we start with the mind gems. So the mind gems kind of help you ground down and set aside whatever happened before. And then the next thing is, when you coach people, always set the kind of like the framework, right? We'll need at least 90 minutes. We may be done in 60, but we may need 90 minutes. Whenever I do a miracle integration on somebody, I say, hey, it might take 3 hours. You know, I've had people who it took 3 hours to do a miracle integration. So telling a person in advance how much it might take, it also kind of sets the expectation. And then the last thing that I want to say, and it's in this, any kind of coaching, any sort of like teaching yoga or anything like that, always leave a person on a win. No matter what, even if you're running out of time, look for a win and always leave them on a win. So even if it's just a tiny win, but like make it big and celebrate it. Never leave a person like, oh, I don't know, I'm so stuck, I don't know, because it feels terrible. Okay. So if write it down because it's an important thing. All right, cool. I'm so glad you had a muscle test breakthrough, Raylan.
Good.
Awesome.
Albina, you're really good at leaving on a whim, a
Oh,
win.
thank you.
Very good at that.
Thank you. Thank you. I am, you know, I make it an intention to do that. And you know, so I mean, it's so interesting. You know, I truly believe that God, or whatever you want to call it, the universe is guiding me. So if you've known me, some of you have known me for many, many years, and the teacher training, and many of you have done our teacher training, and you can probably tell that a big part of the teacher training goes beyond asana, right? If you're with me, give me some hands up. Like, it's beyond asana, right? It's not only practicing yoga and teaching yoga. There is a lot of coaching involved. And I truly believe that God has been guiding me over the last 10 years, preparing me for this kind of work that I truly want to do. There was a point that I was wanting to make. Oh, so I kind of was thinking like, oh, I have to help a person have a breakthrough. So because I am, like Cheryl, in some ways a perfectionist, you know, type A, whatever you want to call it. I mean, partially this is why, like, I have been a high school valedictorian. This is why I have had a tremendous success in my career as a CPA. You know, it's a great driver in all of us if you have that in you. But at the same time, the flip side of it is whenever I would coach somebody, that perfectionist side of me would think that I have to get a person to a breakthrough. And this is why today I mentioned to you, and I hope you heard it, and if you didn't hear it, I'm going to repeat it again. It is not you who is doing the work, you guys. You are being the vessel, a channel for the divine to do the work. Because, oh, I didn't draw this picture for you guys. I'm gonna draw it real quick for you. Bear with me. You know, a lot of times we think that we're connected to each other in a horizontal kind of way. We think that we're connected to each other like this on the horizontal plane. Right? We think that we're connected to each other this way. But the truth is we're connected through the happy face. We're connected through the divine. So the correct relationship is this, not this way. This is codependency. This is me thinking that I have to get you to a breakthrough. It is not me. We're connected through the divine, through the happy face like that. And it's important to remember that, because whether it is you teaching yoga, or whether it is you coaching, or even helping a friend, sometimes we get so wrapped up in another person's, whatever you want to call it, challenges, problems, drama, that we forget, right? This is what happens when we experience an energetic vampire. You're in the presence of a person and you feel completely drained afterwards. This is when we experience when we teach a yoga class and we feel drained after that. And ultimately, this is what the topic of the last session was all about, is that when you connect to the ultimate source, the universe, the light, the divine, then you'll never feel exhausted. You'll never feel depleted. And on the practical level, one of the simplest way to connect to that infinite source of energy is breathing. And here, once again, I remind you of breath formula. Take a deep inhale before you say anything. You know, I've heard of breath being called the Holy Spirit, right? It's like as if the divine breathes in life into us through breath. So use your breath. Remember that we're connected to each other through the divinity, not on this horizontal level, especially when you do coaching, especially when you teach yoga. So we're about to take a little break. Do you guys have any other questions for me? While you're in the break, go ahead, Whitney.
Because it's the last day, Can I go back to something from a previous session, Albina?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. I did some more research on the termas
Yes.
and studying and working with them. And they were really powerful. And I wanted to do one with my friend. Where I get tripped up is I had in my notes like right hand, left hand. And maybe I'm being too logistic about it because I get the feeling and the vibe and like the hiding the treasure, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing any subtle nuances.
Yeah, it's a great question. The left hand is the leftward movement, and it's the past, the line of the past. The right hand is the forward, rightward movement, and it's the future. In other words, in a different dimension, the left hand is the feminine, the right hand is the masculine. So I don't quite remember if I shared with you the ancestry meditation, how you connect. I think we did it in the last Become a Manifest Coach training. And if not, I'm going to make a note to share it with you. There is a meditation that I usually do whenever we do work around clearing inherited legacy, right? So we touched a little bit on this on the previous session when we talked about diseases, right? Sometimes we think that, oh, this disease runs in my family and I have no choice around that. So that too is a part of the inherited legacy. And as far as inherited legacy goes, it can be anything: mindset, the lack mentality, fear, and like what we call inherited, what you call it, diseases that are passed from generation to generation. All of that is a part of inherited legacy. So you can absolutely clear inherited legacy. Since we're working with the quantum field, we know that we can tap into different dimensions of time, different dimensions, period. So that meditation, connecting to ancestral Orion, connecting to our ancestors and connecting to the generations to come, the technique similar to Terma is being used, as in when you look at your left hand, you connect to your mother's side of the family and you go back to generations, to the beginning of time. And then on the right hand, you connect to the future generations. Even if you don't physically have a child, you're still leaving a legacy behind. So right now, I mean, you're not my babies, but in a way, I am creating my personal legacy by sharing something that I am excited about with you. I am creating a legacy. So going forward, on the right hand is the future generations to come. And it can be viewed as your own babies or your students or anybody that you are impacting with your presence in your life. Does that help, Whitney?
It does. When I'm guiding in the terma, then like, would I use my hand? Do I call it in? Because I was like taking my hands overhead and then I would do the switch on all 3 times to switch the hands on and then grow it out. And then I saw my note afterward of the right hand, left hand. So maybe I'm being too technical, but I just, in guiding it, I'm wondering like.
Go back and do the meditation again. So you have
Okay.
the recording, you have access to the recording. I mean, in a couple of weeks when I have more time, I'm going to take every session and break it down, like the Terma meditation, the healing meditation. So you have access directly to it. You can just click on it instead of like searching for it in a 3-hour recording. I understand it's really challenging to do. So I'm going to do that work. It just takes a tremendous amount of time. I didn't have time to break it out for you, but I will do that work. But go back and do that Terma meditation again. And the way it works is, first, you feel it between your hands, right? You feel the energy, you feel the texture, you feel it growing. Then you put it in the left hand. You feel its weight. And then from the left hand, you hide it in the past. You bury it somewhere in the past. Then you bring it back together and you feel it again. You feel the strength of the terma, the energy is getting stronger, because on some level, the energy of the past is feeding it. It's getting stronger and bigger. You put it in the right hand, you feel it. You feel it in the right hand, and then from your right hand, you hide it, you bury it in your future. Then you bring the hands together and you feel the past and the future working together. Feel the energy is getting bigger. The past and the future are connecting. They're feeding the terma more energy. And then you invite the quantum field to co-create with you in this moment here. You can call it the quantum field. You can call it the universe. You can call it God, whatever it is that you relate to. You call that force in and you feel the term, and then you put it over your head and you let it come over you. You know what? I have typed up instructions. I'm going to post them. So terma typed up. And then I said the ancestors meditation. I promised you that. I'm going to post it for your access. Does that help, Whitney?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. All right, so shall we take a little break? Let's take I want to give you a luxurious break. Let me give you, let's be back at 35 minutes after. And I'm giving you a little extra time because I'm going to post the mini integration in the chat. And then I'd like for you to do it again because it's such a powerful tool and it can be done so quickly. Okay, so while you're on your break, which will be back at 35 minutes after, take a quick look at the instructions for the mini integration, and we'll do one more when we come back from the break. Welcome back, my friends. We have time to do another mini integration. And the reason why I really want you to, become masterful at a mini integration, because it only takes a couple of minutes, yet it can be so powerful in helping you get a lot of stuff done, like really kind of mundane but important everyday things. So I'll need a volunteer, somebody, like if you know that you need to do something, but a part of you really is resisting. So remember, a mini integration is used for very short, simple goals. Maybe you're resisting, maybe you're procrastinating, maybe there is a part of you that is just like, doesn't want to do it at all. When you think of it, can you name a particular thing that you need to do but you just can't make yourself do it? I need a volunteer. People pay me big bucks to do this work with them. Well, I see you, Whitney. I feel like we've done an integration on you. Let me give you somebody else an opportunity to do an integration, maybe. If nobody volunteers, then we'll go to you, Whitney. Anybody? Come on.
Come on, Carrie.
Carrie, come on. Let's do you, Carrie. You haven't, it's not going to be like getting deep into your childhood trauma or like ripping up your marriage. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be very simple.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So, okay, Carrie. So when I say that a mini integration is used for very short, simple goals, it's not meant to be used for complex goal setting integrations. It usually takes 1 or 2 minutes. It is not intended for deep life issues, but it is to be used for current stress issues. For example, releasing frustrations, centering yourself for something you want or need to do at the moment, or similar current issues are all appropriate. So what comes to mind when you can you think of a goal?
Yeah, besides teaching yoga and Pilates, I actually have another part-time job that I do from home online.
Yeah.
And it's kind of become like the last thing I want to do because I'm so exhausted by the end of the day, and I don't even want to open the email and see if I have anything to do. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I think that's a really great one because, I'll tell you, I shared with you that I wake up at 4. So after 3, my brain is fried. And I used to say that a lot, and now I realize like, that's actually not true. But I keep saying that my brain can't work after 3, and I'm kind of prophesying that. So what I would often do, like if I need to get some work done in the evening, I would do a mini integration. And then I usually get it done much quicker, much easier. And I usually don't have like, oh, that dreading feeling before I started. So that's a good one. Okay, so knowing that you feel similar to what I feel, right by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, this is the last thing that I want to do right now. So can you think of one particular project or one particular thing about it? Or is it all as a whole?
It's as a whole, really, because there's no set time. Like I don't know when the projects are going to come, so I really need to check in every day.
Okay.
And I just don't know if there's going to be work there or not. So
Okay.
it always seems to come on the times when I have so many other things I need to be doing.
Okay.
And so then I'm just dreading looking, like opening the computer, because I'm like, I'm just hoping there's nothing there some days. And then the days when I have all the time in the world, nothing comes through. So then I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably, a part of you is probably manifesting the projects to come on the days when you're particularly slammed. There's probably something to that. But why don't you set a goal? Something that remember, anything is possible. If anything was possible, how would you approach these projects at the end of the day, no matter what your state is in? Because let me tell you, Carrie, but that once you integrate yourself, you can integrate yourself every time before you open the computer, every day before you even walk towards your computer. And I guarantee you're gonna, because in a way, your inner state is going to change. And remember, the psychology is everything. And when your inner state changes by you setting the intention and setting a goal, then that project is going to get done really quickly, really much quicker, much easier than if you were like, oh, I hope there is nothing there, and then it turns out like it's a lot there. So how would you verbalize a goal?
I will check the computer as soon as I get home. I'm not going to sit down first. I'm going to check the computer first and just take care of it right then.
Yeah, take an upgrade, make it even better.
With excitement, I'm going to open my computer and look for that project that's waiting for me. That's going to be exciting and challenging.
Well, you can also say it's like, with excitement, I open the computer, and whatever project awaits me, I do it with effortless ease and great speed.
That sounds great.
And you can also, these are just suggestions. And also, don't you get paid, girl?
I do.
Oh, put in the money part in it too. Don't you get excited when you make money?
Yes, of course.
So you see where I'm looking for a lever, like a leverage that you, it's like right now you're kind of like, even though you do get paid, you're kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
But if you combine everything that you can find, like kind of like summoning up the best part of it, and you integrate yourself for it, then it happens exactly the way you set a goal. That's why it's called a goal setting.
Right. Okay.
So say it in your own words.
Okay. So with excitement, I'm going to open the computer daily, looking for that project that I can do quickly and with ease and contribute to our family's income.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, totally. You can even simplify it to like get paid. I get paid. With excitement, I open up the computer because I get paid anytime I complete the project with effortless ease and great speed. Something like that.
Okay. So with excitement, I'm opening computer every day so I can get paid for the project that's waiting for me. I'm going to finish it quickly and with ease.
Yeah. You see, even naming it, do you see how your inner state is shifting right now?
Yes.
You guys see that her body's changing? This is the power of goal setting, you guys. So I'm going to write it down for you. With excitement, I open up my email because every time I complete a project, what was it, with effortless ease and speed? I complete the project easily and quickly.
I get paid for my, what did I say now? I don't remember.
Because every time I complete a project quickly and easily, I get paid.
Yes.
Abundantly. Let's put abundantly in there.
Definitely.
I complete a project quickly and easily. I get paid abundantly. Okay, somebody type it in the chat window for Carrie. With excitement, I open up my email because every time I complete a project quickly and easily, I get paid abundantly.
Perfect.
Do you like that one?
I do.
Okay. Is this the best goal? Yes, it's the best goal. I can already tell it's the best goal. So say it. Just say it. With excitement, I open up my email because every time I complete a project quickly and easily, I get paid abundantly.
So every day with excitement, I open my email. I can't remember how you said it now. I get paid. No. Every time I open my computer with excitement, I check my email for the project that I'm going to complete quickly and easily, and I get paid abundantly.
Yeah, here we go. You're off for the goal right now because we haven't integrated you. And now show me an action goal that will represent that goal. Don't think about it. Yeah, like I completed quickly, I completed easily, and I get paid. Okay. Woo! Yeah. So I'm doing the muscle test and it's off because you're not integrated. So I would like that too. With excitement, I open up my email daily because every time I complete a project quickly and easily, I get paid abundantly. Heck yeah, girl, I want that too. So we're going to do it together and you guys can follow those instructions that I posted. And the code is, remember on the left side, the code is 147. You turn your cone fingers clockwise, 147. And in the front with the right hand, you put in the code 45. So in more detail, it's a depth ring and an alignment ring that work on the energy. You know what? I even do it not even standing up. I sit down and I imagine it. I just go like this. 147, 45. That's it. Let me make myself big so you can see me. This is how I do it. When I sit down and I'm too lazy even to stand up, I literally would integrate the goal like this. 147, 45. Because I'm imagining in my head, I'm 147, 45. Like I don't even have to like put my hands on that part of my body. Okay. So the goal is now integrated. Yes, Carrie. So say it with excitement. With excitement, I open up my email daily because every time I complete a project quickly and easily, I get paid abundantly. And Victoria was kind enough to put in the chat window for you.
Okay. With excitement, I open my email for the project I will complete quickly and easily because when I do, I get paid abundantly.
Yeah, say it again with excitement.
With excitement, I open up my email daily for the project I will complete quickly and easily because I will get paid abundantly.
Yes, and then show me the action goal.
Woo!
Yeah, good job, Carrie. Let's give her hands up, jazz hands. So I'd like for you guys to see yourself in Carrie. Please notice that at first, when I asked her to even name the goal, she was like, the words were not even coming. Did you see that? And as I was coaching her to actually speak to whatever it is that she wants, remember the power of knowing what you want. And whatever it is that you want, not only do you direct your energy towards that, but the universe is going to step up and deliver it to you. But if you come and you're like, "Ugh, I got to open my email." So the universe is going to give you more reasons to feel, "Ugh." Do you see how this works? I mean, I'm simplifying, but ultimately this is how it works. So when you can even like be in your driveway, before you even get into the house, you can say with excitement, I open up my email because I get paid abundantly every time I complete a project with quickly and easily, 14745, and then go home and just do it. I guarantee you things are going to start shifting.
Yeah.
So again, yeah. Mini integration is really, really easy and really powerful. And you can make it the part of your kind of like daily ritual. Honestly, you can help your kids with it. My kids ask me for a mini integration all the time. I get all the questions correctly. The test is going to be easy for me. And I complete the test with effortless ease. I get an A. Like something like that. The kids ask me to do it all the time. And they just, maybe a part of it is also like programming your brains, like you're kind of programming yourself for success. But whatever, I don't care how it works. The point is it works. Okay, so you now have the instructions for that. I will post those instructions on the page where you have all the content, so you don't have to go all over the internet and search your email for different things. I'm posting them into one place on the internet, on that web page. So in conclusion, guys, as we're wrapping up this course, I want to remind you that repetition is the mother of skill. I encourage you to go back and watch the videos over and over and over again. And I promise you that in the upcoming weeks, I'm going to clean it up so you don't have to watch the 3-hour, 4-hour video, but rather go to that short, the power of I am integration, the miracle integration, the healing meditation, the Tantian breath, so you don't have to watch the entire video and search for it. And I encourage you to watch those videos over and over again, because these tools work only if you work them. Doing them once is not going to be as effective as you do them. I'm not saying do them every day, but do them once in a while if you really want to achieve results in your life. And because this course is about being a coach, I invite you to give away the gift. Right now, all this content, all these skills are fresh on your mind. This is the perfect time for you to go and share this gift with your friends, with your family, with your neighbors, whoever is willing to listen. Because every time, teaching something, what is that expression? If you really want to master something, start teaching it. Anytime I learned a new skill, I turn around and I coach my clients, my friends. I reach out to them and I say something like, look, I just learned this new process from Tony Robbins. And as I was doing it, I thought about you. Would you mind would you like for us to do this process together? I give it away for free. I help my friend, but I also hone my skills, and I do it over and over and over again until I become really masterful at it. And then the last thing, and also as you give away your gift, remember you are activating the law of circulation, the universal law. So the more you give, the more you receive. So look at it as you sharing your gift with others. You're simultaneously turning on the wheels, this massive wheel of the universe, the wheel of giving and receiving. The moment you give anything, especially if you give it for free, you guys, you get to receive so much more in return. Because ultimately, on the energetic level, you're saying, I give it away for free. So what I get in return, there is no limit. The universe is limitless. I get so much more in return. And then lastly, what I want to remind you, we did not speak a lot about the business side of coaching. We touched a little bit on identifying your ideal client. We spoke about different strategies of coaching, but we didn't truly tap into the depth of the business of coaching. Most of you here are in the 300-hour track with us. So the course called the Digital Dynamite, I came up with a new name because I thought it was more catchy than creating online courses. You know, that's kind of boring. I was like, Digital Dynamite makes me feel like, yes, anything, all my digital programs are exciting. You know, like I get to share my passion and I get to make a lot of money. So Digital Dynamite course starts on October 5th. And that's when we go deep into the business aspect of coaching, teaching yoga, whatever it is that you want to offer. So again, it's part of your 300-hour track and you get access to it starting October 5th. Any last minute questions, comments, anything you want to add before we wrap it up? Go ahead, Raylene.
This is off topic a little bit, but I was curious if that handstand course is still available.
Yeah, girl, you got access to that course.
Okay, because I really wanted to do it, but I remember I was injured. I had a pulled hamstring when we started our training. I mean, I still is recovering, but I think I'm getting to the point where I can do it now. So I didn't know if it was still available.
Yes, it is. It's in one of your emails.
Okay.
So it's your email and it's the same password. Don't say it in this course because this course is available for other people. But you do have access to that. It's your email address that you're registered with and the particular I almost said the password, a particular password that is in your email. If you can't find it, just send me an email and I'll dig it up for you.
What was the guy's name?
Kyle Uyghur.
Okay. Yeah, if we just put that in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Art of Love class, or what, that one's coming up. That one starts
Monday.
Okay.
The Art of Love, also known as the Yoga of Relationships, starts on Monday. The reason why I called it the Yoga of Relationships because Yoga Alliance, I needed to tie it into yoga somehow for the Yoga Alliance. For everybody else, I called it the Art of Love. Ultimately, it's the same course. And as you know, everything is yoga, including our relationship. So that course starts on Monday and it will also going to be recorded. And Roger and I will lead that together.
Oh, good.
I have a friend who's also interested in taking that. She can take it, right? She can just take it even if she's not in the...
Yeah, the link to that course is on my homepage. I'm also promoting it right now on Instagram and social media, so she absolutely can join us.
I sent it to her already, so I think she's probably going to sign up, so that's good.
Yay, awesome.
Albina, I was listening to try to watch some of the video from Monday, and the Entelechy, and I wanted to confirm that I would be correct in thinking that we all have the
Entelechy.
I will add it as a bonus to you guys. So as I upload this information, these videos, everything that I've promised you so far, I'm going to add Entelechy as a bonus. It's 30-minute training that I just led the other day for my other mastermind. I'll just add it on for you guys.
So it's meditation. Ultimate intelligence. Would that be correct? Did I pick that up correctly or incorrect?
Yeah, it can be intelligence or, it's your ultimate blueprint. To me, it's the fullness of my God-given destiny. Now, a lot of people don't get to fulfill their destiny. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people live their lives and you've heard of the people who have great potential, great God-given gifts, but they waste their gifts. Do you know people like that? I know plenty of people. So Entelechy, summoning the Entelechy and connecting to her, because remember, it's all energy. In a way, it's living your life in union with Entelechy, your ultimate blueprint. It's you who spent thousands of years on improving yourself or developing your full potential. So to me, it's way more than just intelligence. It's everything. It's wisdom, it's personal growth, it's becoming a vessel for the divine to express itself through me. It's intuition. It's all of that. It's divine guidance. To me, it's all Entelechy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like that metaphor that says the Entelechy of an acorn is to become an oak tree.
Yeah, I
Right?
wrote that down.
If you look at the acorn, you don't know. If you didn't know, you don't know that this little bitty thing can grow into the magnificent tree. It's kind of like that. We, to some degree, we don't even know everything that is possible for us. But when you connect with Entelechy, she can guide you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Entelechy can help you accomplish things much quicker, much easier. So it goes together with stepping into effortless ease, receiving, doing less, receiving more. And I'm just adding different ways to get there. You go with the ways that really connect. Like Whitney sounds like she was really drawn to the terma, right? Working with termas. It sounds like you are really fascinated with Entelechy. You can use all the tools, or you can use the tools that really speak to you. But maybe 3 years from now, you're going to look back at the course recordings and you're going to hear something new, something you never heard, you didn't hear this time around, and you're going to play with that tool. So this is kind of how I do it.
No, I love all the tools that you've given us. I love them all. Some are easier, I think, to connect to than others, like you say.
Yeah.
Just the Entelechy was kind of where I left, and I wanted to, I wanted to clarify it a wee bit more for myself.
Yeah, I'll add that meditation and more explanation about Entelechy as a bonus to this course.
And Albina, I just want to say, and I'm sure everybody does, that you go so far above and beyond what you need to, and or you over deliver, which is what you always like to do. And I want to just say from myself that I really feel like you have over delivered. And I understand all the work it takes to cut these videos, because I'm doing it with the videos from Zoom for my website, and it's hard. It's time consuming. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Annie, for the acknowledgement. Yeah, I want to provide massive value, you guys. The more I give, the more I receive. I'm walking my talk.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us close, shall we? It's getting late. So let us just for a moment, let us just reflect on everything that we've learned in this course. There was so much magic in these Monday and Wednesday nights that we spent together. Not only did we learn and use these amazing tools, and remember, these tools work only if you work them. But in addition to that, we're creating such an amazing community of like-minded people. We get to connect with each other. We get to love each other. We get to support each other. We get to open up our hearts and heal and grow and evolve. And we get to shape our destiny and manifest our dreams into reality. So let us all take a deep breath in, breathing in the power of these words. We all are shaping our destiny through our thoughts, through our actions and non-actions, through our words, through our feelings, our emotions, our presence. we get to manifest our dreams into our reality. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me your most precious gift, the gift of time. I don't take it lightly. I deeply appreciate it. It is my honor. It is my passion. I'm so excited to share this knowledge with you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.